So.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, yes, they'll do anything to keep this information hidden. Rick Simpson, I don't know if have you heard of the Rick Simpson cure?
Goodness, yes, absolutely. I pay tribute to Rick Simpson. Yeah. In fact, that's where I got my first education on cannabis curing cancer. Yeah. Him and Dave Triplett. Yeah.
Yes, amazing individual. And do you know that he's now been arrested? And he has flee to Europe. He was a Canadian citizen operating within the law of Canada, and he has now had to flee to Europe out of risk of prosecution. So,
Right. And to reiterate to our listeners who are not familiar with Rick Simpson, Rick was in Canada, had accidentally stumbled across the cure for his, how do you say it? The melanoma, Carson. Can you help me there?
No, I can't. But yes, skin cancer.
Okay. Skin cancer. He had skin cancer, and he tried a little bit of the hemp oil and rubbed that on, and his cancer actually went away. He went to his doctor with it. The doctor was hearing none of it. So he started notifying people in his community about it. They kind of banded together. And what Rick was doing was Rick had actually started growing and making an oil that was curing. It cured himself. It cured a lot of other people who were actually brought back off of their dead death. They were sent home to die with cancer. Rick was treating them, and Rick was treating them for free. Rick was not asking anything for his cure. He was doing this out of the pureness of his heart and because he knew it was the right thing to do. Before you know it, the DEA is knocking down his door. And to make a long story short and cut to the chase, if you're really interested, definitely go research. But Rick is now, he is unable to return home to Canada. He is in Croatia, where he has become an avid speaker on the benefits of cannabis and its healing properties. And I think he's making some headway. I really do. He's doing a lot of speaking engagements.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, he's definitely a pioneer in the field, and my hat's off to him. But 16 states now have medical marijuana plus Washington, D.C. So the movement is growing. I know it's just a matter of time before it gets to Florida. I think we have predicted by 2025 we're going to have a total of 25 states by next year, so halfway there. People are catching on, but we need more help. And, it's so many people are afraid to talk about it. I don't want to sign the petition, or I don't want to get involved because I might get fired from my job, or, I hear all kinds of excuses. This is your First Amendment right, freedom of speech. And if people do not take advantage of that, we're doomed.
We are
in the marijuana issue, but the whole country, we need changes all over the place. But this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, it is amazing, and that is the case for a lot of people, and myself being one of them. I'm not ashamed to admit it. That's why I started Pros Against Prohibition, to kind of break that ice. And there's a lot of people out there who partake. There's a lot of people out there who would never admit it because they are afraid of the backlash. Understandably so. Even if we're not talking about somebody coming in, carting them off and putting them in jail, we still have to look at the social stigma of it, amongst their colleagues. So, I think if we just take a more reasoned-based approach to it and we start going to people with facts instead of just saying that they're for it, say, take a look at this. I think this is curing cancer. Or take a look at this. I think this can cut down on 50% of the world's pesticides. Take a look at this. I think we can eliminate, usage of our fossil fuels and cutting down our rainforest.
Right.
There's an interest in it for everyone, and that's what I think really needs to be expressed. So I'm done talking. You're the guest. You talk.
Oh, no, you're absolutely right. It's all about the presentation. If people present it in the right way, I don't care where you work or who your company is, if you present it in the right way, you can turn just about everybody. Somebody recently said, well, if your daughter had a drug problem, would you want her in prison or would you want her in a hospital getting help?
Right.
That's
a great
nobody
approach.
Can argue
it's
with that.
Truthful. That's right.
Nobody
It's a truthful approach. And I believe, as long as we stick to that, we've got the truth on our side, because everything else thus far has been propaganda.
Right. Right. That's what people have to understand, is everything that they've heard so far is nothing but propaganda.
Right. And once they understand why and, who the special interests are, it begins to make sense.
Yes. I don't know if, I know you've done several interviews in this. Has anybody said the history behind why it is illegal in DuPont and Hearst?
We have not. I have not gotten into any, we might touch and laugh on, who might be the special interest, but no. In fact, just the other day in an interview I had said I would like to have a list and be able to count on my fingers exactly who those companies are. If you know them, please go right ahead.
It started back, in the 1932 is when the Marijuana Tax Act came into existence, which is really what started all of this.
Uh-huh.
That resulted from William Hearst and the DuPont company, Hearst wanting to produce paper, and DuPont had all the nylon ropes and all the plastics. Both of them wanted to eliminate their competition, which was hemp. Uh-huh. So what better way to eliminate their competition than to wage a war against the plant, which they did. And another one of their friends, Eislinger, became the head of the DEA, and he was in charge of the newspapers before he got the job with DEA. And so he was the one that printed in all the newspapers how bad marijuana was, how it was turning people crazy and killing people and this and that and the other. So it was a combination of those three people that were able to jumpstart this and, put an end to a miracle plant.
Very creative and diligent in their efforts, and boy, did they ever succeed in a 100-year lie.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Well, Kim, I think that we're just about out of time. Before we go, though, I would like for you to give your website information, your contact information, put a call out for volunteers. If you need people going, feel free. You can take this opportunity right now and do that.
Oh, wonderful. So, again, my name is Kim Russell. I am with People United for Medical Marijuana. Our website is www.PUFMM.org. We absolutely need volunteers helping us collect signatures on our petition, getting active with all the NFL football games going on and the college football games this fall. I mean, we have an amazing opportunity to collect a whole lot of signatures. We just need a lot of people out there to do it. Mm-hmm. And I know there's a lot of people that just, aren't comfortable with collecting signatures. So just educating everyone just starting the conversation, even if it's a little uncomfortable, you can find a way to bring it about and just put a compassion issue on the light of marijuana.
Yeah.
But if wants to call me direct, my phone number is 407-405-0110. We need all the help that we can get.
Okay. Very nice. Thank you so much for being here today. It has been a pleasure. And I hope you'll come back. If you'd like to come back and speak to us on any other topic, we'd love to have you.
Thank you. And, thank you so much for all your efforts. I mean, you're just, one of the many that are helping get the word out. That's what
Kim, I always say, this is what I say. I said, I don't know what I'm doing, but at least I'm doing something.
That's great.
It's true.
That's great. Perfect.
Oh, gosh.
Exactly.
All right.
That attitude, we would be leaps and bounds.
Yeah, I think more and more people are getting on board, though, so that's a great thing,
They are.
And people like you taking the reins, that's awesome. I want to encourage everyone to get to those seminars that Kim is doing. That sounds like such a great idea. Kim, you should tape them. Tape them. We'll put them up on our YouTube channel for you, too, so that
awesome.
everyone across the nation can get the benefit of what you're doing.
There you go. I'll work on that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And you have a great day.
Thanks. You too.
Okay. Thanks, Kim. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jen. Have a good night.
Wow, what an amazing interview. We've got to have Kim back, that's for sure. All right, guys, I'm going to move over to pros against prohibition now. I am going to get to the phones, and we're going to be taking your calls. I want to hear from you, whether you are for legalization, against legalization, not sure about legalization. Come on board and let's discuss the issues. I definitely want to hear where everybody stands. This is a community issue. This is not a special interest issue. I think I said before that there is something in this for everyone. Whether you're, excuse me, whether you are looking at the environmental benefits, the medical benefits, everything, social, everything, all of these issues are at stake. And a lot of the things that we think are beyond our control or not curable, not true. Not true if you take an educated look at it, and you begin to put the puzzle pieces together. You can see that we do not have lack on this earth. We only have the lack that we create. And a lot of that lack is created so that others may prosper above and beyond. And that's definitely something that's very evident when you take a look at all the different aspects of the war on drugs and the harmful effects of it and exactly who it does serve. So, as I said, let's get those calls coming in. I am so looking forward to talking to you. And the number to call is 626-414-3424. Again, that's 626-414-3424. So, don't leave me hanging. I cannot talk to myself for very long. Okay, I'm going to move into our intro music now. And the reason I chose this music is I thought it was so fitting. You'll get it after I start playing it. Let me preface it by saying, don't let them tell you it's macaroni